Shalom, family. Peace be unto you all in the name of King Jesus the Christ, the living God. Oh, oh, my goodness. I had this beautiful dream. I said, oh my Lord, y'all, I've been going through hell. I've been going through hell. And I'm digging it. I am digging it. Oh, I am at my peak in my life. I say, Lord, I don't care about money and this and that. During my younger years, fame and fortune, I said, Lord, I don't want it. I don't care about it. In my younger years, I had a gospel album that I put on the shelf. I didn't even want to promote it. A beautiful album. But I knew I wasn't ready. I knew I wasn't ready. I was in my like late 20s. I did a album, and then like 10 years later or so, I did another one. But I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. I did a tribute to Michael on my album, and I would go to clubs. I was like, yeah, I can use this as my hook. I can use this beautiful song as my hook. And I started going to clubs, and people were like, well, hey, you know, you need to get out and you know, hook up with sinners and this and that. You know, Jesus, he went out and he would, you know, uh, connect with sinners. He went where sinners were. And I would get out there with my album, my tribute to Michael, and I would sing it. And oh, the crowds were getting larger and larger. I was like, oh my God. Before I knew it, I was at this it was a club downtown Dallas on I think it was like Elm Street or Main Street, and there was about 400 people in there. Oh, I sung that Michael Jackson tribute, and oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing. Oh, the women would just gather around me as if I was Barry White. They loved my, uh, they called me Barry White from the dead. And I was like, right on, right on. But oh my God, yo, I wasn't ready. I would go with these guys. It was like a team of them, a group of them, and they would go to these clubs and perform rap and this and that. But since I was a gospel singer, I would just sing my song and leave, because I didn't want to be in the mix. So I would just sing and leave. But after a while, I said, well, hey, I need to support these guys, I need to be there and, support them, this and that. So I would hang around after I sang, or I would just wait until they performed first, and then I would sing toward the end, they gave me an excuse to hang around. And oh, I remember one time I was singing this song, this a tribute to Michael, and about 4 women came to my table, and they were crying and this and that, and they wanted to buy me a drink, and I really wasn't even, you know, involved in liquor. You know, I really wasn't into liquor. And I say, well, since they were so sweet, I say, yes, you can get me a, you know, gin and juice, And so I was there drinking. I had gotten in the mix, and I said I would not do that, you know, just to oblige people or whatever you call that. And so now I'm going around with my tribute to Michael, doing a little drinking and this and that, checking out the honeys and oh, but when I got downtown Dallas and oh, I saw that big old crowd of people and I sung and just tore the house down, y'all. I tore it down, every brick laid flat on the ground. I said, oh my God, this is beautiful, but I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. Oh, I was singing that Michael Jackson's. I never thought that I would outlive Michael Jackson. But when I'm dead and gone, he will still be here. Oh, there was, y'all, I was turning ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Got to be there. I'll be there. No friend like Ben, Billie Jean, Dirty Diana, beat it. Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all, people was up in there crying, and I say, oh, Lord, I can't do this no more. I can't do. Oh, yeah. Y'all, I was blowing up. Oh, the album was being promoted and this and that. I was on all of, Reverb Nation everywhere and I was on top of the charts in Dallas as a singer from Dallas, and they had me uh, uh, they were giving me congratulations and this and that. And I said, Lord, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. I need more of you. I said, Lord, I have to decrease. Lord, I have to decrease. I was a cab driver. And I was a mess, y'all. I was in my Gucci. My hair was, oh, it was in like a fro, but had big curls in it. And they thought I was a pimp. I was the sharpest cab driver with Yellow Cab. Yes, my van was the cleanest and smelled so good. Before the people got in my cab, I would open the door for them and I would spray, just one shot of spray before they got in my van. And oh, they loved me. Oh, they loved me. And the women thought I was a pimp. And they would be all over me as though I was going to, give them a job or whatever. And I said, Lord, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. So y'all, I had to stop driving cab. I drove taxi for 10 years. I met about 4,000 or 5,000 women a year. And it seemed as though they were always different. I'm like, oh my God. They were always different women. And I'm like, man, every once in a while, I would see the same one. But I was like, oh my God, I was with a different woman almost every other night. Sometime two a night. And I was like, oh my God. And these women was not prostitutes. They were business intelligent women. And I'm like, oh my God, I could get paid doing what I was doing and this and that. I was using this massage technique on them that I invented. You know, as an inventor, I'm very creative. And I came up with this massage technique and this and that. And they were like, oh my God. They would tell me how that they felt so wonderful all the week and this and that. And my technique was, I would I would focus on every joint in their body. I would massage every joint in their bodies, and it would uncover soft spots and tender sore spots that they never knew they had. And I would massage each joint and each muscle, looking for tenderness and pain. And I would locate tenderness and pain that they didn't know they had. And then I would massage the skin with oil, the whole body. And I say, Lord, I can't do this no more either. I did it with two of my dear friends. It wasn't anything sexual. It was just a whole body massage. It wasn't sexual or, nothing like that. And, but it was tempting. I said, oh man, I could make money off of this. But I said, Lord, no. I told you that I wanted to decrease. I have to decrease, not increase, not to increase. And oh my God. Y'all, I said, hey. So I got out of the cab business and I got back into construction and remodeling. And that's where I am right now. All the years I have done home improvement and remodeling, it was always residential. But now that I'm in Louisiana, I am working commercial, just all commercial. I'm like, what happened? I was working on my after school study hall, outdoor study hall with barbecue and this and that. And they were going to be studying with their graduation caps on of their own material design. And but COVID, was doing its thing, but I was just getting everything ready. And my nephew, I said, hey, I said, I have the money to get me a grill and this and that. I mean, a generator. But somebody mentioned doing a Facebook uh, uh, fundraiser. And I said, man, I already know Facebook. Facebook ain't nothing but a watering hole for predators out there waiting on people to hungry, thirsty souls to come around looking for a drink and to get caught up and snared and this and that. But I said, I'm going to do it anyway. Y'all, I did it. I did it, Facebook. I didn't even want to, because I've had a negative opinion of Facebook. Y'all, but I have found out, y'all, listen, Facebook is neutral, just like everything else in life. Facebook is neutral. Money is neutral. But it depends on what we do with it. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the garden was neutral, and God put it there in their midst. Yes, he put good and evil in their midst. Evil means harm. It doesn't necessarily mean wickedness or unrighteousness. It means harmful, things that are harmful. He said himself that he had put evil upon his people. He had brought evil on his people as a father would bring chastisement upon his children, or evil upon his children, harm. That's what evil means. So I see the internet, y'all, oh my God, I see the internet as the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You can go either way. Yes, you can eat forbidden fruit. Well, actually, let's change that. I believe when Adam and Eve was in the garden, I believe they were not allowed to eat of that tree because they were not ready. They were not ready. I believe it was something that the Lord was trying to teach them as far as, hey, this tree is in this garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but you can't touch it at the moment. You are not ready. You have to develop. You are naked. You don't even have clothes on right now. You are naked. You don't even have children. You don't even have children of your own. You are not even parents at the moment. You are not ready. You are not ready, but even still, you are going to be able to choose whether or not to listen to me. Even though they were not ready, God, our wonderful God, yet gave them the power of choice to choose whether or not to eat of that forbidden knowledge of good and evil. He told them not to eat of the tree, period. He didn't say, well, you can eat of it, but only the good fruit, only the good knowledge. No, he said, don't touch it, period. Because you don't know the difference between good or evil. A lot of times we could do a lot of good things, but at the wrong time. at the wrong time or in the wrong way. Many people are out there doing good in vain. Satan will get you into a lot of good stuff and crowd you out with a lot of good things, but is it the right thing to do at the right time? In other words, they needed understanding. They needed wisdom. At the time, they were innocent. They were ignorant and innocent as children. They wasn't ready for goodness or evil. They wasn't ready for the knowledge of good or evil. You see. In other words, it would seem as though those fruit were mixed among each other. Those fruit were mixed. It wasn't half the tree was good and half the tree was evil. I don't know what the deal was on that, but seemed like he would have said, well, hey, eat on the right side of the tree, because that side, that half of the tree is goodness, but the left side of the tree is evil. So eat from the right side of the tree. No, he did not tell them that. He said, don't touch it at all, because you don't know the difference between good or evil. You don't, and we don't even know if they eat each one of those fruit probably even looked the same. They probably even looked the same. Oh, people, this is deep here. I'm just now thinking about this. Those fruit on that tree probably even looked the same. Eve made a choice which one to take. I don't know if the good ones were blue and the red and the bad ones were red, and she chose the red ones instead of the blue one. I don't know. It have just hit me now that maybe they were all the same fruit. But, oh my God, there had to be some kind of distinction that they were not aware of at the moment. I believe that's what the deal was. I believe Eve just picked one. I don't know if they were all different shapes, sizes, and colors, and this and that, but she just picked one. She said, it says that she noticed that they were all suitable or whatever. They all looked amazing. They all looked delicious. So she just grabbed one, which means that the way things turned out, she did not grab the one of goodness that contained goodness or whatever. She grabbed the wrong one, in which either one of them would have been the wrong one, because he told them not to touch it at all. So rather, they would have put their hands on the good fruit or not. Oh my God, they still would have sinned against God because they were not ready. They were many gods, okay? They were many gods. Yes, and they were not ready. They were not ready. But oh, people, I said all that to say now, I believe now God have let us know that now we are ready. During the end of this world, it is as though He have given us the internet with all the knowledge of good and evil that we know. I believe every knowledge of good and evil that we know is online, is on a branch of that tree. Yes, and we know the internet is like a tree. It's rooted, and from there, it goes from the trunk. Yes, it goes from the trunk, and it just goes into different branches. I noticed that. I first got on Facebook, I was appalled with all of these women with their butts and this, I said, my God, all I see is butts and this and that. But as I would delete those things out of my face and this and that, I noticed it seemed as though I was taken off of a certain branch and just put on this other branch that wasn't so appalling to me. And I could eat from that branch. I could feed. And you know, it's called feed. They put me on another branch to feed from. That's what they call it. The feed. Oh my God, y'all listen. You gotta listen. That's what it's called. Eve fed on the tree of knowledge and good and evil at the wrong time. But now I believe God have given us that tree to feed on at this time. The different branches, the different places to feed. And it's up to us to choose the right fruit to consume. Oh my God, that is right. It's called a news feed. Uh, uh, information. It's called, I would say, the knowledge feed, or the knowledge. It's like a basket that we feed out of. No, it's a tree that we feed from. We pluck it. We pluck it like links. Oh my God. Oh my God, people. Fruit are linked to trees. Fruit, oh my God, y'all. Fruits are linked to branches. They are linked to branches. We call them attached. Oh, y'all, even on the internet, check this out. Fruits are attached. Which means what? The internet also have different, we can attach, we can detach, attach, or whatever. Oh, y'all listen. All of this have just come to me. Fruits are attached to branches and limbs. The branches are bigger than the smaller limbs, but they all bear fruit. The bigger branches bear mainly the branches, some are bigger and they don't bear fruit, but as they extend, y'all, as they extend and become smaller and thinner toward the end, like a whip, then they become able to bear fruit, and and as then you get the limbs. You get the limbs, which are much thinner, that bear the fruit. But the branches, they usually support the limbs. They have to be bigger and less fruitful because they are the ones that support and form the trees, like skeletons of our bodies. Oh my God, people, we have been given the power to eat and the right to eat of the tree of knowledge, of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Why? Because we know better now. We have lived 6,000 years or more. We should know better now. We should have enough sense to make right decisions now. We have the whole book. We have the whole book. Adam and Eve didn't have a book at all. But oh my God, y'all, we have the book now. We have the whole book and more. We have many books, many prophecies. We have so many books. So now all of those books are on the internet. Every book that we have written as believers, every song that we have sung is on that tree now. Oh my God, we can upload into that tree. We can link our fruit into that tree, or we can what? We can attach our own fruit that we bear into that tree. We can link them into that tree, or we can take fruit from that tree or detach. We can attach or detach from that tree. We can take the fruit of others that they have attached to that tree, or we can take from that tree and eat it. Whether it's good or evil, or whether it's good or evil. Oh my God, y'all. Everything is in the feed. Everything is in the feed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everything passes. Everything is attached through the feed. It's like, oh my God, y'all. It's like there is a compartment on the tree that you walk up to and you put your fruit in the feed. You put your fruit in that feed. And it feeds. It is then, once you put your fruit in that compartment, right there in your face, it's like it is taken up into that tree wherever it's supposed to go. whatever part of that tree it should go, it goes there to that certain branch, that certain limb. Whether you deposit good or evil into that tree, it takes it and ships it and transports it to a certain branch or limb of that tree, which means what? It's not evil. It's neutral. It's like a what you call those machines that you put the sodas and different things in. Oh, I forgot what you call those machines. Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot what you call it. A vending machine. The internet is a vending machine, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. But we are the ones who walks up to that feed, that compartment. We walk up to it. We can't say Facebook is this and that. No, we are dirty and filthy. And we are righteous and clean. Oh my God, Facebook, forgive me. Okay? Twitter, all of these social media platforms, forgive me. They are only platforms. We are the ones who stand up on those platforms with our filth or our righteousness. And we are the one that feed that machine what is in that machine. Facebook have nothing to do with that. Facebook is a platform, that's all. A place for us to stand and speak what is on our minds. We are the one who feeding these people. Our crap, our sin and foolishness, but at the same time, we are the one who feeding this tree righteousness and goodness at the same time. And it's up to the users to take their pick. As you would pick a fruit out of a tree. It's up to them to take their pick. That is the reason why we have to be careful with these young people. Facebook should, they know that on that camera, on that phone, they have facial recognition. They know a small face from a big face. They know if that face is small, if it's that facial recognition knows if a face is a certain size, like a child. Not only that, but even if it's small, there are adults with a small face. But the point is that face might be small, but those ears are going to be big, or the eyes or mouth or something, and it can be determined that, no, this is a kid. Yes, their face is small. Their face is small, but look, their nose, eye, no, this looks like a kid. And they could shut them down. They could block them off just through facial recognition. And oh my God, their parents could even take that camera. When they get on Facebook, their parents can take a snapshot of their children. They can take a snapshot of their children, their nieces, nephews, all of these small kids. They can take a snapshot of them, and Facebook can record that those pictures. And when they try to get on Facebook, it would not allow them to. It would not allow them to. I did that fundraiser on Facebook, and I needed a generator. I could have bought it, but I was told, don't do it, man. Don't try, man. And my nephew from Louisiana, he sent me $20 on it, and I said, "Oh wow!" At the same time, since my business was, a real slow because of COVID, I didn't, have a lot of work lined up. So that's the reason why I was working on my study hall. I was barbecuing on the lake in West Dallas under this beautiful bandstand. And so I didn't have a generator, but I barbecued that day, fed some people, invited the youngsters to come and hang out. And a few of them did. It was nice. It was nice. I had a good time. But when he called me, he told me that a friend of his in Louisiana needed some work done on his his uh, his car lot. Some electrical done. So I said, well, it's slow here. I'm gonna go there, and plus he had a car here that he wanted me. I mean, he had a car in Dallas that he wanted me to transport to Louisiana for him. So I said, well, yeah, I can just leave my vehicle in Dallas and drive his car to Louisiana. Then I can go back and get my vehicle. And that's what I did. I had planned on staying here for like a week or less. I've been here. I worked with that same guy. I helped him open up about 4 different businesses. And I helped other businesses like Craven's Restaurant in Louisiana. And y'all, oh my God, those wings is incredible. And now he have opened up a crab shack at his business, Craven's, Kravins. His name is Lamont Dade. Oh, he'll tell you about me, y'all. He will tell you he saw the Lord heal his aunt. His aunt was bent over halfway like an L shape, y'all. When I met her, his mother saw my work one day. I was finishing up a residential job, and his mother stopped by and saw me working, and she asked me, was I done? And I said, yes. As a matter of fact, I had just got done, and I was getting ready to leave. And so I showed her some things. I put all windows in the house, built the porch, put all the doors up and everything. And she loved my work. So she took me to her house to introduce me to her son. Yes, I met her sister first, and she came over, bent over L shape. I said, oh my God, no. I said, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Y'all, I put my hand up top of her chest. I put my other hand behind her back, and I pushed her up. Y'all, I had no doubt at all that I was going to be able to push her up straight. I didn't know that, I didn't even have no thought at all that I wasn't going to be able to push her up and that she was going to be able to stay up. Y'all, I had no idea, but I knew that. I said, no, this is not the way life is supposed to be. And while I was praying for her, her son, Lamont Dade, the owner, millionaire at Craven's Restaurant, he was just driving up, y'all. He is my witness. Him and his mother and her brother, all three of them. That whole family is a witness. He drove up in his gray Suburban, and he said, I have some more people you can pray for. He would tell y'all Facebook. He would tell y'all you could call Craven, and he would tell y'all about me. He said, oh my God, I got some more people that you can pray for. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Oh my God. Oh. Yes, y'all. He is a witness. His mother, Eloise, Dade. Her sister is her sister is Alice. She was the one who was bent over halfway, looking at the ground as she walked, facing down as she walked, looking at the ground. The same thing happened with a man in Arizona as me and my cousin Wayne Monton with Rib Shack, Texas Rib Shack would tell you. Look him up. Wayne Monton, my cousin. This guy would pass us every day while we was barbecuing outside, pushing a basket. He was bent over the same way with a hump on his back. I said, oh my God, this is not the way life's supposed to be. There were two other women ahead of him pushing baskets, and he could not keep up with them. I said, oh my God. I saw this man almost every day. He was a little white man. I saw him almost every day, y'all. But that day, Wayne Monton, my cousin, he spoke to him about something. I think he was witnessing to him about the Lord. So after he was done with him, I called him over and I asked him, did he want to be healed? And he said, yes, I do. Y'all, I asked him to confess his sins. I said, okay, confess your sins. What have you done? What have you done that have caused this to come upon you? Give me a list. He said, oh, I've done this, I've done that. I said, confess it all. Tell me everything. Let's write it all down. People, he said, oh, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. I said, is there anything else you can think of? And he was like, no, I can't think of anything else. And I said, oh my God. I said, oh my God. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I said, you raise your head. Raise your head. Y'all, immediately, this man raised his body up and his head. He looked at me with tears in his eyes, and he said, oh, I haven't looked anyone straight in their faces in years. In years. He cried, y'all. He said, 3 years before that, 2 years or something like that, 3 years, he got involved with some people. I think he was dealing drugs, and they had a conflict or whatever, and they put a chain around his neck and drug him behind their car. And he said that was the reason why his neck was like that. And he had a humpback on his back. Y'all, the humpback was gone. I said, okay, run with me. Y'all, we ran a few feet and we ran back. And I say, Wayne Montan, that's my cousin. I say, Wayne Montan, look, man. Wayne Montan say, man, you've been doing miracles since 1980. When he was a teenager, he used to go with me. We lived as though we were in the book of Acts, y'all. You can call him. His mother would tell you. She's on Facebook. Her name is Opal. OPALMONTON. She would tell you how me and her son used to go around like we were in the book of Acts. He would always come and tell her when he was a teenager what happened. He was my armor bearer. He was a young man. I married his cousin. Years ago, we divorced. I married her, the pastor's daughter. She would tell you. So back to this sister in Monroe, Louisiana. The Lord healed her. And you know what she said to me? I didn't know I was bent over that far. That's what she told me, y'all. She didn't know that she was bent over that far. That is what sin will do to you. You think you straight up. You think you straight up, but you are bent over halfway to the ground and you don't even know it. She couldn't raise herself up. She didn't have enough strength to raise herself up. But at the same time, she told me she didn't know that she was bent over that far. Why? Because it was little by little. Your sin will weigh you down little by little, and before you know it, you are like a branch on a tree that is almost touching the ground. Oh my God. Y'all gotta hear me. Y'all, it's too much going on. Y'all gotta hear me and get with me. Call Lamont Dades at Craven's Restaurant, and he will tell you about me. It was right in his face. I was talking to one of his customers, telling him about what had happened. He is the owner of PEEP Incorporated. You know, it's an outreach. PEEP, as in people. PEEP Incorporated. I was talking to him, about joining with him. And Lamont, I said, hey, Lamont, tell him what happened with your aunt. I said, didn't she, once she been over halfway and the Lord healed her? I said, how was she at first, man? I said, once she been over halfway? He said, yes, she was been over halfway. She walked like that. She been over halfway. And I say, how's she doing now? He raised his hands and he started waving like, hallelujah. He said, oh my God, she's straight up now. Y'all can call her if you will, but you won't. You won't. Light have come into this world. The truth is in this world. It is being seen. The light is shining. He told us to let our light shine before men that they may see our good works and glorify God. That is why there are so many religions in this world. Jesus said, if you believe in me, as the scripture says, the works that I do, you're going to do also. Don't you tell me that you got faith in Jesus Christ and you are not doing the works. You have no compassion. You are sitting on your ass doing nothing but feeding yourself and your own, not knowing that the whole world is yours. The whole world is yours. Well, I just take care of me and mine. I don't care about the rest of these kids. But they are going to be your in-laws one day. Yes. They're going to be your in-laws one day. The first woman I got with that I lost my virginity to, she was my next door neighbor. And I should have married her. This is what I'm talking about. I don't care about anybody else. Yeah. Okay, it means that your child is going to end up with some person in the hood that you could have made an impression on and got to know before they ended up your in-laws.